Now, I think we can all agree that for the most part, the Boruto anime has been pretty lackluster. Now, I do want to say that what I think they did with the versus Momoshiki arc was absolutely phenomenal, and especially towards the end, it 100% just blew my mind. However, it has not come even the slightest fraction of being like that ever since. We had the Chocho arc, and now we have the Mitsuki arc. And I think the Mitsuki arc has had its moments, I won't lie. I think it's definitely had a good start, I must admit. When I went into this arc, I thought, okay, there's a lot of promise here. It started off really well, excited to see where they go with this. And unfortunately, the biggest problem with the Mitsuki arc is how it's just been dragged out for so long, and it's just unnecessary. I say that, but I do understand why Studio Perry are doing it, and I do respect it, because unfortunately the Boruto anime is in this really terrible place where they just can't afford to catch up to the manga right now, because there's just not enough material for them to go off. And honestly, that is probably just down to Shueisha's fault for allowing the Boruto anime to start so early when there was only like 11, 12 chapters of the anime, of the manga even out. And that brings me onto the topic of this video. What is next for Boruto? Now, I think there's only 3 routes that they can take, and that's what I want to talk about in today's video. And the first one is the Magina Bandits arc. Now, it probably won't come to you as a surprise that I don't think the Magina Bandits arc is going to be next. I seriously don't. Honestly, I really, really hope it is, because I think we've been waiting now for more manga content for ages, but for reasons, like I said before, it's just not happened. And I think we're getting very impatient, and we just want some more manga material. Personally, I don't think that'll be something that happens until around about the episode 100 mark. The reason I say this is because episode 50 marked as the recap episode for everything that happened before it, so that then in episode 51, the versus Momoshiki arc could then start. 50 episodes later, I think possibly we could get the Magina Bandits arc, and then maybe a bit of the Owl arc, Kawaki arc. However on they want to go, I honestly have no idea, but definitely the Magina Bandits arc at least. However, I think something will fill the gap in between the end of the Mitsuki arc up until episode 100. And now obviously the Mitsuki arc could just be dragged on till episode 100, but man, oh man, I pray to God that is not the case. I could not handle another like 20 episodes of the Mitsuki arc. Personally, I think this will end around episode 86, 87, and then we'll get a nice small little arc between 10 to 12, 13 episodes long, and then around about the new season, episode 100, then we get the Magina Bandits arc, and that's what I want to talk about in today's video, what that little kind of arc in between the Mitsuki arc and what I hope is the Magina Bandits arc is going to be. And that brings me on to route number 2. The novels. They have the Sasuke Shinden novel, the Shikamaru Shinden novel. Is there any more novels out there that I'm missing? Let me know in the comment section down below. But I don't know why they've not gone for novels already. Personally, I think the novels would be a great route for them to take over anime original arcs, purely for the fact that they already then have source material to base the arc off of. One of the biggest problems I think the anime original arcs have is that they just kind of feel like they're out of nowhere, and that's what makes them feel like filler, because it's just kind of been pulled out of thin air and written from scratch. Whereas if they did the novels, they have an entire book for them to base the arc off, and they wouldn't have this feeling of filler that we have right now. And finally, option number 3 is another anime original arc. And the reason I say this one is because, well, history does kind of point at that being the case, unfortunately, with the amount of anime original arcs we have in the Boruto series. But I think another kind of bit of evidence pointing towards this is the opening. Now, everything in the current opening, Boruto opening 4, doesn't really relate to the Mitsuki arc in any way. Like, Mitsuki has next to no appearances in it at all. He's got that bit towards the end where he's with Log and like a bit in the beginning with Orochimaru. That's about it. The opening is much more focused on, obviously, that big crystal dragon monster thing. Personally, I don't think that will actually make an appearance in the anime. I think it's more kind of like a symbolic piece in the opening more than anything. I mean, if there's one thing we know from Naruto/Boruto openings, it's the fact that a lot of the stuff that happens in the openings does not happen in the actual series itself. But we also see the Sand Trio in it, and they've not made any appearance or show any sign of appearing in the current Mitsuki arc. In fact, I think the only tie-in with the Sand we've had throughout this entire arc was Garaga's old master, who was actually from the Sand. But I don't know what he would have to do with the Sand Trio, like Shinki and all that. Anyway, so will they make appearance in this arc? I don't think so, unless they do, like I said, drag on the Mitsuki arc up until episode 100, and then for the final 20, 15 episodes, whatever, it is just kind of like a part 2, a final part, and the Sand is somehow involved. Honestly, I think it's a bit of a stretch, so I don't think that will be the case. The other thing people talk about is the fact that it's very focused on parenting. You know, we see all the babies, we see baby Boruto, we see baby Sarada, we see baby Mitsuki. I mean, he was never really baby, but we see young as you can get Mitsuki coming out of the test tube thing, Orochimaru's lab. We see all that, and there's clearly a focus on the parenting side of Team 7 and Orochimaru. So people are talking about maybe that could be a small little arc, and I think that'd be very interesting to see. Maybe we could get a bit of backstory, not backstory, but a bit of exposure on the last period. You know, we could see what happened between Sasuke and Sakura and how they actually ended up together a bit more. We could see some of that awesome design in Naruto, because this design in Naruto, it honestly did not grow on me straight away, but I've grown to love this design for Naruto. So seeing all that would be cool, but I don't think that would be very likely, at least not the last part, but maybe a little parenting arc. But I don't see the need in it. I mean, towards the start of the Boruto series, yes, I could understand it, but at this point it'd feel a little bit out of place. So we'll see what goes on with that one. But the one thing I did want to bring up, which I think a lot of people have forgot about, is Sasuke. Sasuke has been gone now in the anime for quite some time. He's gone to go and find and fight Urashiki Otsutsuki. Now, you guys will know that I'm a big Urashiki fan, purely due to the whole mystery about him. And I think out of any anime original arc, the best option would be an arc focusing around Sasuke versus Urashiki. Especially if Urashiki will play a larger role in the story going forward than he already does, like I think he will, whether that be as a member of Kara or whatever. It would be an incredible change of pace for the Boruto anime's original arcs, because then it could well have some ties to the manga later on down the line and feel much, much less like filler. Especially as we saw that clip right at the end when Urashiki talks about Boruto and being a problem for us, whoever us is. And also, we need to know what's going on with Toneri, because Toneri is someone we thought would all have a huge impact on the story of Boruto, especially for Boruto himself with the Jogan. And as of right now, Urashiki's just sealed him away and he's currently frozen up there on the moon. So it'd be nice to get a bit of an idea of what's going on there. Imagine if Toneri started reappearing in Boruto's dreams again and actually managed to explain what was going on, his current situation, to Boruto. And maybe maybe Sasuke could come back or something, or he could tell Naruto, something along the lines. People could get a whiff of what's going on with Toneri, and we could get a Toneri rescue arc with Urashiki as the main antagonist. Now then, I understand that the likelihood of all this is probably very, very slim, but that does not stop me from hoping. I really hope we get an arc involving Urashiki or Toneri, or just something that feels a bit more intense and a bit more important than the kind of arcs that we've been getting recently. That's just my wish. I want to know what you guys think, so make sure you leave your thoughts and opinions and anything you want and what you think will be coming next after this Mitsuki arc in the comment section down below. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not already to become a member of the Senpai Squad, and I will see you guys in another video. But until then, peace.